All right. We're ready to go. You ready, David?
Yep, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready, dude. Grab your nuts. Here we are.
Grab your nuts. How am I going to do the countdown if I'm grabbing my nuts? I'll grab them with the mic.
All right. We're going to count down and grab our nuts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Mostly Sorry podcast. You know, I was going to start this song with a rap, but then I just liked the back and forth me and David were having about grabbing our nuts. And so here we are. And here you are. Thank you for joining us. I am Joel Jimenez, your host. David's a little tired. He's got some tea over there. Inspired me to get some tea as well. So here I am. Black tea. No brand black tea. You can find it anywhere, basically. And if you can't find it, get some grass. Throw it in a cheesecloth. Make some grass tea. Utilize what you have around you and enjoy it. But here we are, another episode 9, as David said, and we're off to the races. David, how are you today? Say hi. I know you're.
Dude, I'm great. Once you mentioned cheesecloth, it just woke me right up. You know, cheesecloth.
Are you a fan of cheesecloth?
Yeah. What are you talking about? I love cheesecloth. I make my own soy milk.
Man, you could do so much with cheesecloth. Yeah. Do you remember when you were in school and you would do like for like a Halloween project, you would make little cheesecloth ghosts? Did you ever do that?
No, I never did that. But I have made my own soy milk, so damn. Cheesecloth.
You're a chef extraordinaire. A lot of people don't know that. David Deary is a jack of all trades, master of none, just like myself. But
I would say I'm a master of dropping it on vert. I got that shit.
Well,
down.
that's when you're a vert god. That's beyond sort of mastery. Yeah. That's a whole nother dimension. So you
didn't say god of none. Yeah, jack of all trades, god of one. God of one. I'll take it.
Yeah, god of one is better than most people.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Tony Hawk's on the line, real quick. Let me deny that.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Just
the president
calling me to say good job. He just calling me to say good job on dropping it on his vert ramp.
I think Tony Hawk should be called the president of skateboarding at this point. He's earned the title. I just think I saw a thing on Instagram. They're re-releasing the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack. Yeah, but they're doing a new soundtrack. They're doing like the original soundtrack, and then they got some new stuff on the new thing.
Yeah, I saw Jeff Tremaine was directing a video. I don't really know if it was a music video or I just saw he posted on Instagram that he's with Tony Hawk.
I bet there'll be a bunch of physical harm and nuts being squashed and pepper spray and possibly snakes being thrown.
Maybe a Wee Man cameo or something like that.
Yeah, Wee Man and like something big, like a giant shopping cart, or they'll build like a Hot Wheels, but it'll be like big regular size. And then he'll get
massive skateboard helmet, maybe a giant upside down skateboard helmet with wheels on it, and then they roll that into the mega ramp. Who knows what they're gonna do?
That just that would be so scary, man. That thing is ridiculously huge.
Wait, let me say one thing. Let's talk about being a writer for Jackass and pitch some ideas. But first, before we do that, Joel, I have to know. I already feel like I know the answer just based on your cadence alone. How you doing? We always start the show with the mental health minute. We got a little jingle.
David
Let's
was
do
like,
it.
My computer's fucking up. So,
how you feeling, Joel? How's your mindset?
See, I don't know if he's talking right. I don't know if I'm talking over him. This is maybe our biggest technical difficulty we've ever had. There we go. You're back, David. Talk.
You know, Joel, we always start the podcast the same way, and I know what you're going to
say. Wait, what were you saying right now during the glitch? Let's talk about what?
I was listening.
I thought you said...
I was listening because I had said the whole thing. I'd said, tell me how you're feeling. We always do the mental health minute. How you feeling, Joel? I put the mic down, I listened, and it glitched out, and then when it came back, I just assumed you didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were saying something else. Anyway, okay, mental health minute.
Mental health minute.
Mental health
minute.
Today, I'm okay. I haven't meditated yet. Look, before I get into this, the elephant in the room is David's computer's been a little weird this week, and so we knew that might possibly be an issue going into this. We said, fuck it, we're going to do it anyway because we're men of the people. We're people of the people. And we thought, why not? So we just had a little hiccup there. So hopefully it's not too crazy. Honestly, it's probably like 5 seconds in your world. In my world, I had a complete mental breakdown. So I kind of need to check in with myself before I get into this mental health minute.
Wow, it's a mental health minute within the mental health minute. That's crazy.
Dang. You know, I knew at a certain point the snake would eat its own tail. And here we are. I'm doing all right. You know, I didn't meditate today. I've been kind of running around because our friends borrowed the camera. They were shooting a music video. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what it is, but it's going to be real fun. A couple of our friends are in it. So I was just running around a lot today. And I guess I haven't really had a moment to check in with myself. So I'm doing okay. No complaints as of now. I think today will be like day 36 of meditating. Honestly, I love it. It's going well. I'm sort of the last few days I've been trying to just squeeze it in when I can because I'm running around a lot. This week has been kind of busy for me. And so I'm doing it a little later in the day than I would maybe love. I've noticed that I really like to do it early in the morning before I've started anything. That way I can like start my day in the right headspace. But how about you? What time of day do you love to or what's your favorite time to meditate? Do you think that it affects you the best?
Oh, I love to just get it out of the way in the morning. That's the best time. You just wake up and do it. But I generally do it. I do a few things and then I do it. I'll eat breakfast and
make soy milk.
Yeah. I haven't made soy milk in a while. I've been making yogurt lately. That's kind of my, you also can use a cheesecloth if you want to make it thicker and make Greek yogurt.
Shout out to Cheesecloth. This podcast today is brought to you by Cheesecloth. We're sponsored by Cheesecloth. Just general.
I love Cheesecloth.
It's like those milk commercials or like whatever. It's like today, it's just Cheesecloth in general. Go get you some. Why not have it around? It's a good thing to have.
You can make tofu. You can make your own soy milk. You could make yogurt.
Today's a little.
You can make cheese.
You can make cheese with the cheesecloth. That's amazing. Who'd have thought? I am. Today's a little different. I got my computer up. I took some notes. I wanted to have a general direction, and I didn't want to write everything down by hand in my book. But yeah, mental health minute. I'm all right. I say from 1 to 10. Today I'm at a 7, which is pretty good for a normal day.
Stay on a solid 7, 8, 7 or 8.
Hey,
and
it can only go up from here, man. After meditating,
you don't want to be a 10.
Maybe, yeah, that's then you there's nothing to do but fall.
Yeah, you don't want to be a 7.
I think I've talked about that after Kill Tony. Sometimes I would get so high on the performance and everything that the next day I would just drop like real low. But anyway, 7's good. Maybe I'll get up to an 8 by after my meditation and stuff.
So before you start, pitch me an idea for be a Jackass writer for a minute. Like
that's what you said when the glitch happened. You son of a.
No, I said it after. But anyway, what would you have any good ideas to pitch to Jackass?
If I was a Jackass writer, damn.
That'd be a fun job to have. Just.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, man, I was always like, that would be terrifying to just be friends with some of those people like during the filming because, they would just, I don't know, if your back is turned, they're going to shave your head or hit you with a fish or something. I don't know, man. That's a good one, dude. Do you have one?
It'd be fun to pitch like really crazy ideas that like you couldn't do, but just to see how they'd react. Like, I
don't know, dude, because you're getting into sketchy territory there where if you pitch an idea that you're like, this'll never happen, and they're like, that's great, we'll do it. And you're like, oh fuck.
Let's like Steve-O bungee jumping, but tied to his dick. The bungee's tied to his dick.
Oh my god, that's awful, dude. Let's see. Let me think about this one.
I mean, anything with bulls is awesome. I love anything that has to do with bulls.
Like the running of the bulls, riding a bull.
Yeah, maybe like a game of skate on skateboards, or a game of horse. Yeah. A game of horse with basketball, but bulls in like a bull ring with a basket, and then first one to get to win. I don't know. Yeah, horse.
Basically, the formula is add bulls and it's gold. I think yeah.
Or something that hits you or yanks your dick off.
That reminds me, like people getting hurt. me and my girlfriend, like anytime we'll watch like old comedies and stuff, and you know what you don't see a lot of anymore. Anytime in an old comedy, somebody, whatever, if they do the splits or they do something where they end up getting hurt, they always go, "Oh, that's gonna leave a mark," or "That's gonna hurt in the morning." I haven't heard that phrase in a very long time, and if I hear it in a modern comedy, or if you guys know of a modern movie that has that line in it, send it to me, because I love a good "That's gonna hurt in the morning." Anyway, whatever.
That's gonna leave a mark. That's good.
You know what's funny, man? Every time we're about to pod, I go like, "This is gonna be a good one," and then I inevitably start rambling and I start to freak out about what I'm doing. But you know what? This is my
It's been great so far. Just look at your notes real quick. Just
You're
don't
right.
even think about
We're gonna
that. What
check
the hell
back in.
happened?
And another thing is, you know, for a long time, I would preface everything I say and sort of like operate on every sentence that I'm doing, where I have to cut it open and explain everything. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't do that anymore. But the more I think about it, that's just me. I'm going to keep doing it. Fuck it. I like it. I don't care. All right. Before I get into all these, my mom hasn't been to a barber since the pandemic. And I cut my mom's hair yesterday, and it was awesome. It was really fun.
Barbershops are a waste. I cut my own hair. Like, look at this.
You know, and it shows. It's just really amazing. No, I'm kidding. No, it looks great, actually.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks really good. I also cut my own hair. Speaking of,
It's not like I haven't paid $20 for bad haircuts before. You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst.
I've paid more than that.
I could have done that myself, you know? Yeah, I'm just cheap.
It's so dumb.
So what happened? You cut your mom's hair? Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was just fun, man. It's funny. Was it before in the meditation yesterday? It was like, at the end of it, it was like, think of somebody that you really care about, and remember that you're doing this meditation to like improve your relationship with that person and to be a better person when you're interacting with those people. So like, I went into it very like positive and light, and like really enjoyed the time, and was like fucking with my mom, like telling her like, you said 0, right? Like no clip, right? You just want it bald or like whatever, like messing with her. And that was fun, and I felt like she really like felt a lot better. She was like, "Oh my god, it feels great," because it had gotten like long, and then she like asked me to put earrings on her, and like she felt real good about her. She can't like, 'cause she has rheumatoid arthritis, so she can't like put earrings on herself. So like I did that. It just felt, not that I'm a saint or anything, but it was nice to like see her smile. Joel Jimenez, Sainthood 2020.
Saint Joel. I'm gonna make a Saint Joel candle.
Joel. Yeah, right, dude. I'm far from.
It's good for the. That's good for the merch stuff. You know, we got to constantly think about that merch. You know, you got the big Catholicism crowd.
Yeah.
In the Mexican community, so we could make a Saint Joel candle, and they'll burn that shit. Say a prayer to the big chode.
Be good. Me as the Virgin Mary, but it's Jolena. Somebody had pitched that one time. I'd love to see that.
All right, that's a good one.
But yeah, so that's got a lot going on this week. I recently got booked for a stand-up show that is gonna happen August 15th at El Cid. I believe it's a brunch show from like 11 to 1 or like 12 to 2, something like that. I'm not sure. Check out my Instagram at Mostly Sorry. I'll put all the details there. But it's kind of crazy.
Exciting.
Yeah, but it's also kind of crazy because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, I haven't done stand-up since March either 12th or 14th. I can't remember. So I'm like, damn, like, and you would think audiences would be super stoked to have you, but a couple of my friends did a show in San Diego, and they were getting heckled, and I was like, who the fuck is heckling? Like, dude, like, be grateful that this shit's happening. Like, you guys were just trapped in your homes, and now the second you get out, you want to heckle. It just seems ridiculous. So I feel like if someone heckles, I'm gonna go. I might snap. But also it's like, do I try new ideas? Because I don't know when the next open mic I'm going to get to is going to be. Like, do I just revisit my act and sort of like try to get it in my bones? I think what I might end up doing is just a mixture of both. And, I've been doing this like break from drinking. I'm like 20 something days in. And, I think that might be the day I have a mimosa and get a little loose. 'Cause some liquid courage. I'm a little nervous. I don't know. What do you think, David? What do you think my game plan should be?
I mean, see what happens when you get there. It's always that thing in LA. You get booked to these shows, and then you show up, and there's no people in the crowd.
Right.
And it's just five comics and have seen your act 20 times. And That's how I do it.
I'm hoping in that instance it'll
there's
be
a big
long
crowd
enough where they've forgotten my act, and I'll just do it anyway, and they'll be like, "Wow,
that's true.
Great."
I mean, I have 3 or 4 little bits that I do regularly, that I've been doing regularly for years, and that's the kind of comic that I am. You know, I don't feel the need to, if it's a crowded room and it's a hot room and I want to do well, or if somebody that I've never done a show for is like, "Hey, could you give me 5 minutes real quick? There's no one here." I'll always do the same bit because it's just like I want to do well.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
a
me
lot
too.
of people say that's a disease in comedy. You want to do well.
Yeah, it can be.
I don't know. New stuff doesn't always do well for me. So if it's a good show and it's a good crowd, I usually just do the jokes that I have.
Yeah, I agree. I think and I'm sort of a person sometimes where like material doesn't just like come to me super easily. I have to like sort of it's this like long process of like sculpting shit. But yeah, that's, man. How about those shows where you do those 3 bits that work and they don't work, and you start going like, "Oh shit, I just gave you guys the thunder and I'm still dying up here." I've done that before too.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there, but to be honest with you, it's pretty rare. And it's usually a sign of, I'm just being honest. Like, I have a few bits that just really work well in almost every crowd. It's usually
me too.
either I just wasn't doing it right sometimes, but mostly sometimes crowds can just be stiff,
Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get. I was also thinking about like how this pandemic has sort of like affected my stand-up and my delivery. Like, now I look back at some old videos and stuff and I'm like, wow, like just the way I'm talking now, I think some same material word-wise, but I feel like it's going to come out a little looser, hopefully. Who knows? As soon as I grab the mic, I'm like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, where are you from?" But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I have a little bit more of a fresh perspective on like how I want to deliver these jokes. So that'll be interesting to see what it's like. So yeah,
do you feel like comedy is gonna be different, completely different, like live comedy? It just, to me, it feels like it will. What do you think?
It all depends on what happens with science, man. If we get a vaccine and get this shit under wraps, I totally can see it going back to normal. Like, let's be real pessimistic. In 5 years, I don't know.
Oh, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm thinking like if they have a vaccine by, let's say, April. But I mean, a vaccine isn't just going to like pop up and then 2 weeks later where we can all go out again. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's what I mean. I feel like it's so weird to think about what society is going to be like and how confident people are to go out. Are people going to have to wear masks? Are people going to have to social distance in clubs? And that just totally, I don't want to say it totally wrecks comedy, but it's not boding well for live comedy.
Yeah, man.
Really?
It's just gonna challenge the idea of what we think it is. It's like hip hop. It's like, I'm guilty of it. Where I look at new stuff and I go like, that's not hip hop. But it's like, but to kids, that's what it is to them. And so maybe it'll just be one of those things where we see it and we're like, that's not live comedy. But like, at a certain point, the shit evolves and just becomes something else. I'm hoping, and the more I've been thinking about it lately, is like, I just hope that I can stick and move and try to evolve and kind of figure out a game plan and switch it up. I'm hoping that I don't know, with drums and all that stuff and podcasts, that I'm hoping that maybe I can like do some like, some like studio drum stuff. The more I like play to a click and get a little better and more solid with that, and the podcast and whatever stand up is, I'm hoping that which I have no real choice. Like, I have to evolve, So I'm, instead of like being afraid of it, I'm kind of just like keeping my mind open and seeing where we end up. I don't know.
I mean, I'm excited for your Patreon stuff, and like, got a real spark talking about movies with you.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too.
And the idea about making some movies. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just writing a couple scripts, and I don't know, the idea of comedy just doesn't do it for me right now. I don't know. Like, other than like Chappelle, who's been doing it since he was 15 or whatever, and is a made man in the sense that he can just kind of do what he wants. I look at a lot of comedians, and they personally, like, I like to kind of like look for inspiration, to to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to be inspired by people. Chuck D, like he
Yeah.
just seems like a great person. And stand-up comedians these days, like now, I feel like I've kind of put the they live glasses on, and I'm like, oh, we're not that good.
I agree that I've had a little bit of that thought lately. I've been a lot of it and whatever, you know, and it's not their fault. It's like really what happened was the world changed. Like they, you know, those jokes and stuff were great in the world we were living in, but now you're right. I look back and some of it seems trivial and I'm just like, but that being said, sometimes if I'm bummed, I maybe, you know, I want to see that silly stuff and you know, I don't know. I think context is everything and but I agree. I've had a few moments where I'm like, man, do I really want to do a dick joke right now when, you know, I don't know. I just want to like strive to just be a little bit better. But that's also a fire that's lit under me is like I want to, when the time comes to get back, I really want to put in the work to, because, you know, you just never know, and all I can really do is invest in myself, and so I want to try to do that, but who knows, you know, maybe as prolific as I try to be, I might end up just always making dick or poop or fart jokes. So, and that's okay too. I think it's like, seriously, like, yeah, it might be trivial, but sometimes people are just sad and they want to giggle. And if I can, I was, that back to that Jim Carrey thing that we talked about last week when he was on WTF, he said he wanted to like just make people give them a moment of like peace. You know, he wanted to alleviate their suffering, and so I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind when I go at it again. I gotta keep reminding myself of that is sort of the higher cause of comedy is to alleviate suffering and give people a little bit of a break. It's like meditation, but you know, with laughter. I don't know, but yeah, but I
that's great, great point. I mean, it is when you're on stage and when you have a good show and you connect with people afterwards and you feel that joy that they get, it's very it is like meditation. It's very in that moment, and it's not meant to be captured. Like I personally feel that way. It's not necessarily meant to be captured, not meaning that you 100% can't capture it, but when you see people complain about people's specials and talk about this and that, it's mostly because that's a very hard thing to do. It's very hard to capture.
Yeah.
And when you see someone that did it well, you can believe that it was a million times better live than it was even like, you know, seeing Carlin on an old special. Imagine being there. Dude. Imagine being there. Oh my God.
That's one of my biggest regrets is like never seeing Carlin live. Yeah, it's crazy. You're right. Nothing. Oh God, I'm like burping and shit. What the fuck? I'm also yawning because, oh God. Do you think when I yawn on the podcast, you know how yawns are contagious? Do you think I just made 30 people that are in the chat right now yawn? Let us know in the comment section or in the live chat. Well, I mean,
the good news is some people listen to podcasts on flights.
Yeah.
And I listen to them going to sleep, so maybe you helped someone out, you know?
Nice. I like that.
It's a long flight to Ohio.
God, man, I have trouble sleeping on planes. Anyway, whenever that happens, we'll talk about that live. Another note that I have is I kind of mentioned it a few weeks ago, but I am getting together. I'm reaching for another drink. I just finished my tea. Now I got some sparkling water. What am I, a fucking dehydrated old person? Yes. But I'm getting together with some friends of mine. So, there's a comic named Chappelle Lacey. He's a friend of mine. Very into punk music. He's got a Black Flag tattoo and a Iggy Pop, and the Stooges Raw Power tattoo, and we sort of bonded over music in the green room, and I think at the Improv, the Brea Improv once, and then whatever. We've just been like sort of friends since then, and talking back and forth. And one day he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, do you want to do like a live, like a concert thing that we shoot and put it online? Like, because Post Malone did. Have you seen him? He did like the Nirvana's cover thing. So we kind of want to do it. Yeah, it was cool. We kind of want to do it like that, but like punk music. And so he hit me up, and so he's singing. I'm playing drums. Our friend, everybody knows and loves him, Chroma Chris, playing guitar. And then this guy, Ryan, who's also a comedian and he's gonna be playing bass. He was also a punk rock bassist. And let me see. I want to make sure that let me see. Don't. Hopefully, me getting out of this call doesn't fuck everything up. Let's see. This is what the people want. This is what I hear. I just wanted to get his last name, but I have it in my contacts. All right, we're back. His name is Ryan Clark. He is a. Can you hear me, David?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The video, whatever. All right, we'll be back in time. His name's Ryan Clark, and he was on Kill Tony a while back ago, and I think he played for a band called Homesick Abortions. But yeah, he's into punk, and we're doing that, so that'll be good. I think maybe the call dropped. Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
So you were saying?
Yeah. So this guy, whatever, we'll edit it back in. I'm pretty sure we got to the gist of it. But this guy Ryan Clark, he was on Kill Tony a while ago. He plays bass, and he was in a band called Homesick Abortions. I think I said that already. Guys, we had another technical difficulty, but what the fuck do you want from us? Seriously, no,
It's
really.
all good.
Email
I'll
us.
edit it.
Email
I'll edit
us,
it a little bit. Oh yeah, we do we have an email? We have an email, don't we?
I think we might, but you know, whatever.
If we did, it would be mostlysorrypod@gmail.com.
That's right.
People don't like emails. DM me or Joel on Instagram, or join our Patreon. I've answered every message on Patreon.
Nice.
We're gonna get Joel. We got to get Joel on the Patreon as a administrator, so he can answer the emails on Patreon.
For sure.
People have been get really chatty on that Patreon.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's good. You know.
So Chappelle Lacey, good guy. I like him. So
he's singing. Ryan's playing bass. Chroma Chris playing guitar. We're doing some punk covers, like some of our favorite songs. We're doing we're doing some Black Flag, some Bad Brains, some Minor Threat stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to spoil all of this, but so we're meeting up tomorrow in a studio to rehearse, and I found a studio that was big enough to where we could all be 6 feet apart from each other, so that'll be good.
And are you gonna film it there?
No, so we're gonna rehearse tomorrow, and then the next week, what we're trying to do is shoot it at this studio that we did like a Baby Boys video. Van Corona works at a studio called Evidence Studios, and so we're going to shoot it there. They got a big sound stage, so it's wide open, and everything will be safe and stuff. But it'll be fun, man. I haven't been able to really, like, go off on or, like, play loud on drums in a while because Kill Tony is very controlled.
You're not gonna live stream it. You're going to just record it and then upload it?
Yeah, I think we're going to live stream it, and we're going to kind of just record it. No, I'm sorry. Did I say live stream? We're not going to live stream it. We're going to just record it, put it up online. But we're just gonna do it raw, man. Like, you know, we're not gonna like mic everything and like make sure it's all like studio. We just want to like kind of get in there, feel the vibes out, and like just fucking punk rock it up, my dogs.
You guys should write a theme song for Mostly Sorry while you're in there, like a little 10, 12 second theme song.
I mean, who knows where this will lead? You know, this might be.
I'm mostly sorry. That's it. I mean, how hard is it?
Maybe I'll do that on GarageBand. Thanks for the inspiration. But yeah, so that's happening. I watched this. There's a show that I watched recently that I really liked that I wanted to like turn people onto. It's on Netflix. It's called On the Spectrum. It's a dating show for like the people on it are like on the spectrum or have autism or Asperger's or whatever. But it's really good. It's like really lighthearted. It's like feels super positive. I don't know if they get into any sort of like the really like rough stuff about living with autism. But so far it's been just like, it's like a feel good show. Like they put them on dates with other people that are on the spectrum. And like, dude, I just love the honesty. Like it's so, I hate this word, but it's true. It's like refreshing because in our society, we're so used to like the bullshit and like all this that like, and they don't have that filter. So everything they say is so honest and like just good. And like, one of the guys, he's so fucking funny, dude. Like he could legitimately be a stand-up. Like he's just fun, you know, and it's just great. I don't know. So I was watching it and it gave me all the feels, as the kids are saying. So I liked it. It was good. I like just a positive, nice show. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that I've been trying to watch lately has sort of had that positive, uplifting feeling. Other than The Sopranos, which is just a lot of death and sadness. But I pick my moments. I just hit season 5 with that today, so we're gonna do another mostly Sopranos. I think when I'm all done with it, as like a recap of what I thought. Steve Buscemi just showed up, so that's pretty exciting. He's got an arm tattoo. I like where this is headed. But yeah, so watch On the Spectrum if you're looking for something to make you smile. I like it, and I think that I don't know. What
was the biggest lie you ever told to a girl that you were dating?
Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh my God!
Or is there like a kind of a common like bullshit line that you would use to like pick girls up, like pretend to do something, or
no, not really. I think
how do you manipulate women?
Oh my God. I think my problem that like even guys like dumb like teenage guys would get on me about was that I was like too honest. Like they'd be like, dude, you don't tell her that. And I was like, why? Like what the fuck? Like what am I gonna lie about this? Like I think that could have been my issue, but I'm sure at some point, I'm trying to do better. But now it's like as an adult, what's a trip? It's like I'll still see adult males like do that and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like aren't you too old for this? Like don't you just want to like be honest from the get-go? Whatever. I guess, we all fall short, but
no, people don't want to be honest. They want to get laid, they want to play a game and
that's weird though.
It's a weird
I think the guilt would
but it's also
eat me
kind
alive
of true
that.
though. I mean, it's just some people don't feel that. They're unempathetic towards anyone else except the ends.
Well, I've been thinking a lot about that in Sopranos. Like, dude, there's lying constantly. Like, now it's like, it's just interesting, man. If I were to, it eats me alive, dude. Like my brain, because it doesn't stop thinking. Like it literally eats me alive. Where like I would probably end up going to the hospital with a panic attack because I can just I can't stop it in my head. So I would like to think that at my age now I'm doing my best to be as truthful as possible and like be like open about everything that I'm thinking and stuff, almost to a fault sometimes, which maybe that's the other thing is like people always tell me that I don't have to say everything I'm thinking, but I don't know. But that's what was interesting about that show is like they don't have that social cue. It's almost like they don't know what lying is. And it's really kind of, and I know it's like probably, it's really hard to live with it probably because they have a lot of hurdles. But what I enjoy from watching it was just like how pure they are. Like it was nice, man. It's really cool. But I don't know. Yeah, I see, I don't know, like, yeah, they're always lying in The Sopranos, dude. Like they'll even tell the truth and then lie about something else. It's like it's pretty wild. I don't know, and I don't now.
Well, I mean, it's a written show, Joel. So
of course,
it's not
I know, but that's how good it is.
But people do that. Yeah.
I still.
But
hold
I mean,
Tony
have you
to
ever
it.
seen
I'm
the
like,
show? Have you ever seen the show Survivor? I mean, have you ever watched that? Like seriously?
Not seriously, no. But I know of it. So do they form alliances and stuff like that and lie?
Well, if you watch enough of them and you see the patterns of different personality traits, it's pretty interesting philosophically how you can see different, and it kind of reflects real life because people are trying to win $1 million, but it's just like in real life, people are trying to get laid, people are trying to get promotions, people are trying to become the best podcasters. Yeah. So there's two types of main people, and the first big breakdown is, are you willing to lie? And the other one is like, are you trying to be like an honest person and win the game with integrity? Yeah. And a lot of times people, and then when you get to the end, everyone that you've played against has to vote you the winner. That's the interesting thing. Oh, wow. So a lot of times the liars will get to the end and they'll say, look, be honest with yourself when you're voting. I played the best game to win. Did I lie? Yes. Did I cheat? Yes. Do I deserve to win? Fuck yeah. And a lot of times they do win.
Heavy conversation.
A lot of times they win.
Yeah. That goes into morality and all this. And I'm not like on some high horse saying that I've never lied or like anything like that, but I think especially now with my mental condition and stuff like that I have found that if I am untruthful with somebody, or if I do something that's even in that sort of sense, it does eat me alive, and eventually it'll crack me or whatever. So I try to be very conscious of the things I do, and sort of I'm really trying to move forward in my life like with honesty, because I know that a lot of those things, they just like they bite you in the ass, dude. So you gotta do your best. But yeah, that's an interesting thing in a game, like with a strategy. And I know there's a lot of that in life, and there's white lies and this and that, and there's a lot of like gray area with that. But yeah, it's weird, man. That it's a very weird thing, especially in games that are on video, where you get to watch somebody like do it on camera and this and that. Or we've seen it like in true crime stuff and all that. It's a trip, dude. But I would say that at 33 years old, I want to conduct myself the integrity route. Who knows? I'm not saying like I'm perfect all the time, obviously, but like I definitely lean towards that as like trying to be the way that I live more often, because I think that at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you have to like live with yourself, and sometimes I have trouble with that if I feel like I've done the wrong thing or something. It really fucks with me. But I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to build the alliances that, like, going back to the Survivor analogy, you're going to build the alliances that will last you a lifetime if you have integrity. And if you just win, then you're just going to be sitting on a pile of success.
Alone.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're lucky, you'll be alone. But no matter what, if you build alliances with integrity, win, lose, or draw, or whatever, you'll at least have those bonds, right?
Yeah, even if you're poor, even if you're broke and you lose it all, you'll have a couch to sleep on. You'll have someone to get coffee with. Like, there's this book that my girlfriend has. It's like this really simple book. It's called The Little Things, like the book of the little things, something like that. And all it is like things of the little things, like fresh laundry, or like a nice day, or like shit like that. And I was like, damn, like really strip all this shit away. Like if the world hits the fan, if the shit hits the fan, those are the things that like we need to look for. And so like I have started to become at peace, especially in the industry that we're in, where success is it is this sort of survivor type of game at times. I want to conduct myself so that if it all falls apart, say the industry dissolves and whatever, worst case scenario, Corona fucking never ends and the world is different. I want to still have those bonds with people. I would at least like to like pick up the phone or write a letter, if that's what it ends up being, to or whatever, smoke signal. I'd love to smoke signal a friend in another district, like hello, and have that be returned. I really want to get to a point in my life where those are the things that matter. And maybe that's why we're disillusioned with comedy and performing at a time, because we're realizing that these are privileges, dude. Like to share our opinion and all that is a privilege. Like we're not promised any of that. And like it really, if it all falls apart, all you have are those people that love you and the people that you love, and those sort of things, So I want to work on strengthening those things more than anything. So I don't know. Let's fucking I'm not good at segues. We're figuring it out. This is still on the topic of things I'm watching. Have you watched The Boys on Amazon Prime?
No, is it a movie or
no? It's
TV
a series.
show?
So it's this is the second time I've watched it. It was recommended to me by our buddy Jason Tebow at the Comedy Store, like maybe a half a year ago, maybe a year ago at this point. But he's recommended me a bunch of like good stuff. He's always been sort of on the ball about it. Like everything he's recommended to me, I'll watch and I'll go, oh, that was good. Like, so I trust him. He was saying to watch The Boys, and he was like, dude, I swear, watch it. Because the name and also the trailer to me, and I'm a big Watchmen fan, so to me at first I was like, this is sort of a ripoff of The Watchmen. But then I watched it and I was like, no, it's not. It's so it's basically based off a comic book. But it's like if like superheroes were real, and sort of like they have like PR, and like a superhero accidentally kills this guy's girlfriend. He runs really fast. He's like the Flash basically. One day he's running and he fucking blows through this girl and she like explodes, like blood and everything. And he's like and it's like there's like collateral damage because you always wonder, like when the Hulk throws somebody through a building, how many people died in that building?
I literally tried to do that as a bit for a while. I couldn't find it 100%, but
yeah.
I did all those things. Like you never hear from a superhero when they're trying to figure their powers out. You always see them when they're perfectly slinging through the city and not like, popping their head into someone's room while they're jerking off. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh,
Exactly.
sorry, man.
So they go through all that. There's all this like crazy like shit behind the scenes, total PR team and like some guy who's a dick will like lie and be, like there's this one character, the Deep, who's like Aquaman basically, and they're filming this beach cleanup scene, and he's like, we got to clean the beaches at the camera, and there's people behind him picking up trash, and then they're like, cut, all right, let's do it again, everybody put the trash back on the beach, like they empty the trash back. It's very like super PR-y and really like it's funny and whatever. It's like rated R, so they cuss and stuff. I like the grittiness of it, but I watched it a second time recently. And I really enjoyed it the second time. And the second season comes out, I believe, in September. So I'm pretty stoked on the next season. It'll be fun. And now I kind of want to go and read the comic book. So we'll see. So The Boys on Amazon Prime. I believe it's free if you have Prime. Let's see.
Sounds good.
I got a question for you, David. Since stand up is dead at the moment and all that, I have like some stand up clips that I've thought of sharing, but I know that when you share a clip, you're sort of burning the material in a way. You're putting it out there, and now maybe it's harder to do on the road because people have seen it now, so the joke doesn't work as much. Or if you get a late night spot or whatever, it's harder to do that joke on TV. But in the midst of all this, I'm like, I don't know when stand-up will come back. So I've had the thought of possibly sharing stand-up clips again. I was interested to know like your thoughts on that, and
share it. I mean, I don't really believe in that. I don't think it's true that if you put a clip on YouTube, it burns the material. Dude, your gulps are so loud, it's insane.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
I backed
wild.
away from.
It's like,
you know why? It's 'cause
I wonder.
My headphones, because you're in the headphones, not in the mic. I backed away from the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. And I'll bump them up so that people
my
can
God,
understand.
that was disgusting. By the way, last week it was so gross. I was like, but
yeah. So I don't think that putting a clip online burns it. I had a clip when I was doing stand up in Germany. I had a clip on like one of the more famous YouTube channels, and I continued to do that bit all the way, and then I did it on TV, and then I still did it sometimes if I was like in a really, but I think especially nowadays, I don't know, because there's just so much shit online. I mean, that 50 million people would have to see it before it was burned out. That's the way I see it.
Well, I also
TV burns it out. TV kind of burns it out because
for sure.
That's like 50 million people watching it.
You're right. I would have to assume that everybody that watches that the people that are coming to my show have all seen that clip or whatever, But also a couple things. One, remind me about this about jokes being like songs, because I'll get to that. But first off, I've had this thought. I'm like, well, why do I want to put the clip online? It's like part of it's self-serving. Like because stand-up's dead, I want a bit of like I want those likes on Instagram, I think. And I was like, that's not really a good reason to do it. So that's kind of kept me from doing it, where I'm like, why am I doing this? But then I guess that's the nature of stand-up really is that's what we're doing. We want attention, But so I don't know, but I've thought about it. And the other thing is,
I don't know the nature of stand-up. I think that's actually like a good thing to ponder.
Yeah,
is that the
you're
nature
right.
of stand-up,
I
that you
would
want
say
likes? I 100% guarantee that's not why I
not
do
likes.
stand-up.
No, not likes.
Attention?
I would say that part of the reason I became a comedian was this sort of inner wanting of attention, to be totally honest. Yeah, like I'm also believing that the things I'm saying are worth you listening to. So part of it is this, it is a little bit, just to be perfectly honest. Yeah. Like I like to get up and do well. Like when I fucking crush, I enjoy the reaction after. Now I'm sort of, I want to have a good mix of like, am I crushing and also am I saying something? But I'd be lying if I said no, that I didn't enjoy the feeling of doing well. But, so there's that. And then the other thing was, I would say stand-up is multifaceted. I would say that is one of the 1,000 parts of it. for me. But so, and just personally speaking, when I'm talking about putting up a clip online, it's like I want people to see that joke. But and then I'm like, also the other thing is like everyone's trapped in their homes right now. If somebody's scrolling and it makes them laugh, then that's cool. Like I also want to do that. So like I also want to make people laugh. But the fear is also of burning the joke. Back to the jokes being about songs thing. I've heard people say that jokes aren't like songs, that people like to hear a song multiple times, but that's not how jokes are. Because I love stand-up, I've never really felt that way. I'll listen to a Hedberg album over and over. I'll watch a special over and over. I think, I've heard Brian Regan and stuff. He'll do a brand new hour, and then he'll have people shout out if they want to hear a joke, and he'll do those jokes for people. Gaffigan still does Hot Pocket, probably, right? It's like, so there is that also. So I also believe in that.
No, I don't think he does, but I get what you're saying.
Okay, I've heard that he's maybe has done it at certain shows where people yell it out, and he'll do it for them to whatever.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But that being said, there's also an aspect of I like watching a special that I've watched before with a person who hasn't seen it, because I also like to give them the side eye and be like, oh, you're going to love this. Like, watch this. This is great, So maybe I'll toss that around in my head, but I got a few clips. We had a great show for the Reagan and Watkins release party in the main room at the Comedy Store, and it was shot well and the sound is good. And there's a few clips from that maybe I want to share. And I got another clip from Texas that I thought about. And maybe it'll push me to write new stuff, releasing it and just sort of fuck it. Like, let me add some new stuff. So that's something that I'm thinking about. Maybe I'll put it on the Patreon so that people that are, paying can see it. God forbid I make $1 or $2. Anyway, let's see. I was recently, my buddy has this band called La Onda. They're from the South Bay. I was just in their music video. It premiered last night on YouTube. It's pretty cool. They got Mike Catherwood. He was on K-Rock back in the day. Psycho Mike. Anyway, he was on this show called Kevin and Bean back in the day. It was like morning radio here in LA that I loved, and he did a character named Rudy Cisneros, which was totally not cholo, but kind of like essay, like Chicano guy, like, hey, this is Rudy Cisneros, dog, like, what's up, man? And they got him to do vocals for this song, he's on the song as Rudy Cisneros, Psycho Mike from K-Rock, and they shot this video, and it was like a tribute for somebody that they know that passed away recently, and it's got a bunch of just people from the South Bay, from LA. Craig Conant is in it, another fellow comic.
Gun owner Craig Conant.
Recent gun owner, yes. We talked about that. Actually, there was a comment, maybe we'll pull that up, but somebody commented it was kind of I thought the way that they commented on the thing was pretty, interesting. They weren't disrespectful or anything. They kind of said their view, and I thought maybe we'll check that out. Maybe on the next show we'll get back into that. But so if you go to YouTube,
yeah, maybe or maybe not.
Yeah, whatever. Who knows? Mostly maybe, mostly not. So go to YouTube, look up La Onda. The song is called Life is Dope, and you'll see my dumb face in the video. But it was really cool, really well done. All shot on an iPhone, which is pretty sick. And it's dope, man. It's just like a testament to what you could do with the tools that you have at hand. I was so impressed with the iPhone stuff because there's like a built-in stabilizer on it. So there were even clips that should have been shaky as fuck that were that looked really fucking good. So so shout out to that.
Yeah, iPhones look amazing, man. It's crazy. I mean, it's a $1,000 phone, isn't it? I mean, how much are they?
Yeah, it's about
iPhone
that.
Pro.
You can pay about $400 to walk out of the store. $300, $400.
With an 11 Pro.
Yeah, I believe so. But then they charge you. They tag it onto your phone bill for the next 2 years, like the extra.
Okay, so well, you can also buy a fucking camera on credit and pay $30 a month. I mean, still, it's $1,000. So for the $1,000 camera, you can almost buy the Blackmagic, 4K cinema for $1,200.
Yeah, but the iPhone has GarageBand. It has, photo editing, video editing, all that. I'm very I like that stuff. It's hands-on.
No, it's great. And you can call people and you can send dick pics and stuff like that. You can't send dick pics with a Blackmagic 4K cinema.
I don't send those. I send maybe pictures of Richard Nixon. Is that a dick pic? Yes, it is. And I make dad jokes. I'm gonna be a great father someday. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be an awful father. Anyway, I don't even know.
So that's cool. You're in a music video. That's great.
Yeah, so
music
look up
video.
La Onda,
That's awesome.
on Instagram, and check out the video. It's called Life is Dope on YouTube. Shout out to them.
Remember when I was supposed to direct a music video for the Baby Boys?
I do, yeah. It was a good idea, too, man, for basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll still do it, dude. I don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. My prices have gone way up.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we can afford it, dude. Let's see. By we can afford it, I mean the rest of the band. Okay, there's that. The song that I premiered a couple. So now I've gone back. I've listened to it. I've completely. Yeah. I completely remixed it. You know, I was thinking about it today. I was like, why the fuck did I release it? I thought it was done. Turns out it wasn't. Turns out I added a hi-hat to it, which I was like, it didn't have a hi-hat. What am I doing as a drummer? Who the fuck? So now I love the hi-hat in it. Sounds good. I mixed it. I love the new mix. I might redo one of the vocal things, and then I'll probably just release it on my Instagram. Wow. So there's that. So just so you know, I'm a work in progress, guys. It's funny because I used to get mad at people for like constantly remixing stuff, and then now I'm trapped in a hell of never being done. At some point, I gotta get over it because
it's really hard, man. It's hard. I'm the same. I don't think I've ever finished. I was like just thinking of that the other day. Like I don't think I've ever finished a single project that I've ever worked on. Probably the Door Guy zine was the closest that I've ever come.
Yeah, which we're going to talk a little bit about another zine that you did. Maybe we're going to do mostly art, I believe, will be our next Patreon. It might come out a little late just because of the slammed week, but we'll get it out to you guys. We got some stories about that. Great zine. Maybe we can do that for the Patreon, possibly. I don't know. We'll talk about that off the air. We'll see how people can get that zine. So that, keep it moving. All right, we did that. Here's another thing I'm trying to do. I've realized I got so serious in the last like year or two with comedy, with everything. You know, everything's like got real roasty, which I love it. It's fun. But I have completely forgotten to be silly. And now I'm trying to be a little more silly. I'm trying to bring that back because I just feel better when I'm a silly person. And I like it. And I think sometimes
do it. Do it right now. Do it. Get silly. Do it. Yeah, dude. Fuck. Should I superimpose a clown? Yes, get some. Should I superimpose a clown nose on your face right here?
Dude, whatever you want to do, dude. Yeah, put a fucking clown nose.
Okay, whatever I want to do. Oh my god.
Look, I'm moving too much. Good luck getting it to stick, dude. No, but
I'll make a. What, you don't think I don't know how to use the motion tracker?
I didn't say that.
Effects?
I didn't say that. Don't project your inner thoughts, dude.
I'll put a vagina on your face.
Oh, I knew it was going to come to that. Wow, vagina, penis.
It opens up.
Now, we'll get pulled from YouTube for that. Believe me, I know. I've been talked to by lawyers before about what you can or cannot put on YouTube.
I don't know, man. I have a video. I blurred it out a little bit, though, but I have a video where I have put a penis on Donald Trump's head. I teach people how to do it in Photoshop.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, but so
how to put a penis on Donald Trump's head.
There you go, and that's silly. We're just trying to be silly, man. Like it's like I just got so like at a certain point, I think I've maybe have taken myself too serious at some points, and I need to be more silly. I have little I am silly still, but it's more of like see I'm like I'm talking different. I'm a little uplifted after that funny dance. It just feels good, and it's like not everything has to always be like surgical comedy and this and that. It's like sometimes it's fun to just tell a bad joke or a fart joke or a dad joke. And this brings us back to the stand-up thing about being prolific and or about like always doing social commentary. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, you know what? If it makes you feel good, it can alter your mood. And I think that silliness is underrated, and I'm trying to do a little bit more of that in my everyday life. So that's another one.
No, but I wasn't saying that comedians have to be social commentary guys.
Gotcha.
I just feel like comedy. I like to look towards a scene and be inspired by people. Mark Gonzalez is a very inspiring person. The way he lives his life, and that makes me want to enjoy his skateboarding.
Gotcha.
Stephen Powers, Espo, great graffiti writer, great muralist. I think he's a cool person in real life. He talks about things other than, comedians, they just only talk about comedy. They only talk about the Epstein shit and it's just all so the same, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No. Well, that's cool because I was thinking about, they were talking about, Todd Glass is one of my favorites of all time, dude. Like one of my favorites. And
he's awesome.
Him and Eddie Pepitone, right? Like they are guys. I heard Cheeto and Bobby Lee talking about this on Bad Friends recently. Like I think it was on that, but they were talking about how it might have been Fitzsimmons and Santino. They were talking about how Eddie and Todd they can not comment on everything they just said. They will always and I was like, that is so cool. Like, you know what? People will tell you don't do that, or somehow stand-ups have set up these rules that you can't do that. They have figured out a way to do that and be themselves. And so I love that. And I was like, you know what? There are no fucking rules in stand-up. If it's funny. So I want to explore a little bit more of that. Maybe I'll try some of that when I do this show, and just whatever, just breaking it open, being silly, being able to be an idiot on stage, talking about maybe something I just said was dumb, because for a long time I was told
it needs that really, because it's there's too many there's no rules in comedy, but everyone's special looks exactly like, shoot it in a theater, gotta have a red curtain, they all do. Show me one that doesn't fucking look like that. Show me one.
Harlan Williams,
fucking Maria Bamford. Yeah, Harlan Williams. Okay, great. Yeah. I mean, Harlan Williams. It's not on Netflix or Amazon, is it?
No, I love Harlan Williams. I don't even know where it's at. He did it on the top of a mountain.
He's hilarious. Great. I mean, there you go.
Audience.
He's a fucking great comedian, and no one's heard of him. Ahamed Weinberg, great comedian. No one's heard of him. No one's going to hear these people because the industry.
I feel like Harlan and Ahamed will be like, wait a minute, what? I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, they'll probably admit it themselves.
Check out Ahamed
they should
Weinberg.
Be much, dude. Ahamed Weinberg, he should be fucking famous. What are you talking about? He's so fucking good, man. Yeah. Everything he does is just so fucking good. Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, every time I see the guy, I'm just like, dude,
one of my best.
You're
friends,
so fucking good, man. Raspberries is literally the best short film I think I've ever seen. It's
really good. I'm in it.
It's just unbelievably good. But anyway, I digress.
No, you're right. Before we move on, go check out Ahamed Weinberg. Go YouTube him. He's one of my best friends. I love him. Great dude. Right. Really sweet guy, and also just really, really talented. And yeah,
extremely
Harlan
talented.
Williams is already in Half-Baked, so go check out Half-Baked.
He's got a special, not a special. He's got a short film on Prime as well. That's pretty wacky.
Yeah, Please Understand Me. He's got
what's the bird one?
Oh. Yeah, that's with Charlene Yee. I don't know. Just Google him. You'll find all his stuff.
Look up Ahamed Weinberg and watch his bird film.
Punky is in some of his stuff.
Right?
She's great.
He
puts
in
our friends and stuff,
yeah.
and he's got a really a great knack for directing and visual stuff. And I remember asking him one time about how do you do this stuff, whatever. And basically he was just I just lay in my bed, I close my eyes, and I see it if I try to envision a movie I would like to watch, whatever the shots are and stuff like that. So he's very he's really in tune with all that stuff. But anyway, I love you, Ahamed. I don't think he'd ever watch this, but I love you. All right. Next up. So be silly, you fucking idiots. So I got two things. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say we're cracking the hour mark right now.
Cool.
So
yeah, I think we're gonna be good.
Keep it moving.
Two quick things. And then we'll get to this longer discussion, sort of maybe 10 minutes, that I want to know what you think about this, because I'm interested to know your opinion. So one was, today I was watching Sopranos, and one of the guys, he sits down, Tony's already eating, and the waitress asks him what he wants, and he goes, I'll have what he's having. And I was like, man, God bless those people. They're not picky. They just sit down and go, hey, I'll have what he's having. That's all I wanted to say. But also, maybe think for yourself. That's the other end of that coin. Maybe have your own opinion. Maybe you don't have to have what he's having. Maybe have what you would like to be having. All right, that was it. That was that one thought.
Don't stop there. No, don't stop there. Dig in. I mean, what the fuck, man? Some people just don't feel like deciding. You go, you see a menu,
I love
you're
it.
like, I've seen fucking 100 things. I don't give a shit. Just give me something. Any of this stuff's probably good.
that's what I'm saying. I respect those people's ability to go ahead and just say, hey, I'll have what he's having. The guy didn't even really see what Tony was having. He barely glanced at it. It could have been, shit on a stick. And he was just like, I'll have what he's having. And I was like, I respect that sort of like, what did I hear? Nothing is lost over more is lost over indecision than bad decisions. That was also on Sopranos. But so I'm always so indecisive with everything. And so part of me really respected and envied that character. Again, I'm talking about a fake person as if he's a real person. But there are people out there that are like this.
No, but it's an idea. I mean, nothing makes me happier than going somewhere where I know exactly what I want. If I walk into a Thai restaurant, I'm eating pad Thai, period. I love that.
Yeah.
If my wife's like, let's have Thai, I'm like, fuck yeah. I don't have to think.
You already know. Yeah, for sure.
I already know. It's so good. It's the best feeling. I just hate decisions, man. They're the worst.
Yeah, I know. Me too, man. I respect the dude's ability to just be like, I'll have what he's having. But then also, I'm a picky fuck. Like, I'm like, sometimes I'm embarrassed. Like, if I go to In-N-Out, like the first time I went to In-N-Out with my girlfriend, I was like embarrassed to order my thing because it's so like, it's not crazy. I have a lot of add-ons. I don't say like, can I substitute this or anything, but I basically will, if I'm trying to eat good, I get a 4x4 in the lettuce wrap with chopped yellow chilies, animal style raw onions, pickles, and then that's it. But it just seems like a lot of shit. Anyway,
I'm so hungry right now. God damn,
dude, I had some barbecue before this, and it was pretty awesome. Anyway, so yeah, so I love that. I like people that are just like easy breezy, but then I'm also like, I'll have the sandwich, but can I please have it with this? Like, but I like people that are like, give me the fucking Italian sub, everything, bam. You're like, I like that. I want to be more like that. Bada bing, if you will. The next
Bada
thing,
bing.
I've seen a bunch of memes about like, you're a pussy if you wear your mask alone in your car, and part of me was also like, yeah, that's dumb. But then there have been times where I'll end up with the mask in my car alone, and it's just because maybe I just left a place or I'm about to park and go into a place where I just put it on, but then people look at me and they're like, look at this fucking idiot with a mask on in his car. So I want to just apologize for thinking anything negative about people wearing a mask alone in your car. I understand there are a lot of reasons why that ends up happening. Maybe you just got in, maybe you're about to get out, and I realize that is a layered conversation, and just because you have a mask on and you're alone in your car, maybe you share the car. But there's a lot of reasons, and I'm sorry for ever thinking there was something wrong with that. If you're always rolling around with it, yeah, sure, that's another conversation. But for now, it's okay. I'm not gonna judge you. Don't
shout out
judge me.
Shout out to the mask conversation, Joel. That's great.
Exactly.
Shout out.
Wear your fucking mask, by the way. Anyway.
Shout out to the masks. It's not a tiring conversation to have over
the mask. The mask starring Jim Carrey. It's the new COVID-19 version. Jim Carrey. It's basically he just wears.
I think
mask.
Jim Carrey was just in a. What's that?
No, nothing.
What's that? You glitched out. Jim Carrey. Okay.
Oh no, go ahead.
You probably said it on the camera.
I was listening.
No, I was just saying my computer glitched.
You said Jim Carrey was in a what?
Oh, Jim Carrey was in Ohio with Donnell. I haven't got to talk to him. Donnell's been in Ohio with Dave Chappelle for like I don't know 6 weeks or something like that. So we've been doing his. I haven't been on his podcast. Actually, I think I'm going to fly out there in a week. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm not 100% sure yet. I mean, so I probably should have said that on a podcast, but I might be.
We'll edit it out.
No, I mean it's he invited me, but I just have to see what the schedule is like because he has to come back here and then go back and this and that. So maybe I'm going to go out there and hang out in Ohio, do a couple podcasts. Yeah, that would be crazy. Chappelle's out there, Talib's out there.
That would be fun. Well, it's interesting you bring up Talib Kweli because that brings me to our last final topic, which I'm very interested in what you have to think. So our buddy Van Corona, he sent me, photographer for Kill Tony, all around good guy, yoga enthusiast, Texan, former stand-up comedian. Yes, Van Corona.
All around good guy. I think you got it. You nailed it.
Thank you. There is this discussion going on about rappers over 40. The best the rappers over 40 who are the best. Okay, so he sent me his list. And I should have sent that to myself. I hope that this doesn't disconnect again. Let me check this. That way we have a good editing point. If it does, then fuck it. Actually, I'm gonna unplug my phone for a second. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a list. Who did the list? I saw it. It was rappers over 40.
I think I have it. It's, this is level.medium.com. It says up here. But,
anyway, someone made the list. You can find it.
So let me read.
About it. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, let me read Van's text. So here's Van's text. He said, just throwing this out there, there's a lot of debate happening right now. People's top 5 rappers who are still active but over 40. The list guidelines is not taking into account what they did before 40, but how they are moving and making music over 40. I bet you and David would have a good conversation about y'all's active over 40 rappers. These are his. His are Killer Mike, Jay-Z, 2 Chainz, Black Thought, and Pusha T. So, let's see. This is where we might get disconnected. Gonna hold space. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me make sure. All right, I'm back on. Can't see you. Can you see me? No.
Nah, but who cares?
right.
Now I can.
Okay.
Nope, now you're off.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to get.
I can hear you though. Who cares? I don't care. Just
yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't disconnect. But let's see. But yeah, so I went into the article and I was there we go. I'm back. So I went into the article. So maybe real quick, I'm gonna just go down the 40. The 40 that they listed, and then I want to talk about our top 5, and that's it. And then
just do the top 10. Don't go through all 40. People can look it up. 40 rappers.
How dare you, dude? Puff Daddy's number 40. 39, Too Short. 38, Busta Rhymes. 37, Juicy J. 36, Jeezy. 35, Cameron. 34, MF Doom. Shout out. 33, Rock Marciano. 32, Inspector Deck. 31, Missy Elliott. 30, Andre 3000. 29, Kanye West. 28, Method Man. 27, Bun B. 26, Jim Jones. 25, Big Boy. 24, Nas. 23, Fabulous. 22, Fabulous, if you will. 22, Jay Electronica. 21, Q-Tip. 20, E40. 19, Snoop Doggy Dogg. 18, Fonte. Or Fonte, I'm not sure. 17, Jadakiss.
Fonte.
Okay, there you go.
Fonte.
16, DJ Quick, who looks like fucking RZA in this picture. 15, Ishmael Butler. 14, Fat Joe. 13, Raekwon the Chef. 12, Common, which I've been listening to his first record lately. It's really good. 11, 2 Chainz. 10, LP. 9, Styles P. We're in the top 10 here. 8, Rick Ross. 7, Eminem. 6, Ghostface Killah. 5, Killer Mike. 4, Black Thought. 3, Pusha T. 2, Royce da 5'9". And number 1, Jay-Z. I know you don't want to do that.
5'9" slipping in there at 2. Royce the 5'9", just slipping right in at 2. That's crazy.
That's right. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm furious. I'm furious right now.
So the reason I wanted to go through those because I needed a sort of recap of like people that are actually still doing stuff. It's like we said Van's top 5. I want to hear. Would you be able to give me a top 5?
First off, fuck any list that anyone made ever. I fucking hate lists. I can't stand them. They're fucking stupid as fuck.
Wow, hot take.
And it's not a hot take, because I'll tell you what. Master Ace is not on your fucking list. Master Ace isn't on your list of fucking top.
David, that's why we're giving you the you can make up your own list.
I don't even want to fuck. No, I don't want to make up a list, because making lists is fucking stupid, man. It's clickbait bullshit, so people like us debate about it and then say who the list is made by, and people click on it.
Okay, let me reframe this. Can we
Andre 3000 is number 30?
I know that was a little weird.
Andre 3000?
Okay, all right, let's talk about how stupid this list is then. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, this list is fucking whack. Whack is fucking
I will
shit.
say
Is Eminem not 40?
He's up there. I don't remember. Let's see.
Is Eminem not 40 years old? I guarantee you, if I'm 47, Eminem is over 40.
Oh no, he was on there.
I
said him. I said that.
Well, no, what number was he?
He is. Let's see. This is. Yeah, that is true. It is a little bit.
The Jizza isn't on there. The Genius. I mean, every member of Wu-Tang should be on there. Ghostface isn't on there.
Let's see.
I mean, Master Ace isn't on there. And by the way, Black Thought is the best rapper on that list. Black Thought is probably the best rapper. If you want to, especially if you want to talk about people still working and doing shit.
MF Doom is up there.
MF Doom's up there. I mean, he's great. I mean, I don't know if I could put him necessarily in like my top 10 all time, because
these
I
lists
judge
are
differently.
I have this weird thing with like there is this sort of like part of the culture in hip hop where they sort of like rather than lyrical skill they go on like that like hits or like oh yeah he had whatever, and it's like I don't agree with that. Like
that's why Jay-Z's on there. That's why Jay-Z's. That's why people put Jay-Z number 1. I'm like, dude, what? I would agree with him being on.
I would agree with him being on that list. He's one of my
top 40. Yeah, top 40.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah,
where
but he
Eminem
wouldn't be on.
is.
I mean, I didn't even hear Eminem, to be honest with you. But
I said it. Yeah. Let's see. Eminem is. He's definitely. Oh, here we go. Number 7. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, no, it's not fair because he's way better than Royce the 5'9".
Yeah, that's
Yeah. If you want to pick apart like individual things, it's just like who if he's what was he 7?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I can't really do it because I always wanted to make, if I'm going to make a list, it's going to be top 10 or just 10 rappers that should 100% be on top 10 rap lists that are never on top 10 rap lists. Black Thought.
True. Yeah.
Masta Ace, Micah 9, AC Alone, Lord Finesse, Percy P. There's just so many. There's just too many rappers, man. There's just so many rappers, and it's like they're just like
no, I know it's very
they're like, oh, Killer Mike and but Big Boy's not on there, but Andre 3000's on there. I don't know, man.
Big Boy was on there.
CeeLo's not on there. CeeLo was CeeLo on there?
No.
CeeLo Green?
No. So yeah, you're right. This is a very arbitrary. It's weird. It's well. So here's what I'm coming to the conclusion of. It's like it's very dependent on who the person making the list is, right? Like,
100%.
But I think what I thought was fun about it was, hip hop's always looked at as a young man's game, and it's almost even like a diss in a lot of battle raps, about being old or whatever. And so I was sort of interested in. When DMX and I think Snoop Dogg did a thing where they were like going like trading hits for hits, right?
Right, verses.
I would say, and I've heard Chris Rock say it. Nobody ever talks about Snoop Dogg in their top 10 sort of thing. I went to see Snoop Dogg. It was an entire show of bangers. Every fucking song, Snoop Dogg. Maybe not the greatest like lyricist. Like he's not really. He invented that flow that he did, so of course he's groundbreaking in that. He will always be, the fucking dogfather for that. But you know what I mean? Like he's not.
No, he's a hit machine. He's not a lyricist. He's not. He's not like a Micah 9 or like what I mean, or even like a Nas. I mean.
Yeah.
But or like Rakim. When you talk about lyricism, you're gonna talk about Big Daddy Kane, Rakim.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool G Rap, but. Snoop Dogg is like
MF
you want to talk about hits. You want to put Jay-Z number 1, then where's Snoop Dogg? He's number 2. If you're going Jay-Z number 1, Snoop Dogg's number 2. If you're going to go that route,
yeah,
because Jay-Z's like he's the same as Snoop. He's like a hit machine. He just knows how to pick a beat. He knows how to make a song. He knows how to record and make it. It's like
I think Jay-Z's got some pretty slick like rhyme schemes and like wordplay stuff that I like. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I think he's a dope rapper, but I would choose Nas over him.
Hey, Van Corona, you hear that? Rapper. David Deary says, "Go fuck yourself." If you're watching this right now and you're in the chat, he said this was a dumb idea,
opinion.
And how dare you? How dare you bring this?
No, I
up?
think the conversation is good.
You know what I think is cool?
I think the conversation's good, but when it comes to lists,
I get you. I get it. Yeah, I thought it was like a fun idea. I also think that it's cool that there are people over 40 that are still making dope shit. That's what I felt. I would say, just off the top of my head, if I had to do a top 5 out of this list, I would go MF Doom, in no particular order. MF Doom, and I'll probably change this right after I say it. I'm already panicking because I can't even remember most of this. I'd say Andre. Eminem, that's 3. MF Doom, Andre. What was the next one that I said? MF Doom, Andre. You know what? Who gives a shit? I think
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's on there for sure for me.
Yeah, Jay-Z's on there and
40 over 40. Yeah, I would think.
Where's Cool Keith? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Or Said G. I mean, they probably don't like do much these days. I haven't heard much from Cool Keith these days.
I think that's what it means. Like the body of work pre turning 40 doesn't matter. It's like after, because that's also like an interesting topic. I guess I got to go back and think about this.
But then why isn't Ghostface on there?
Ghostface was on there. Yeah,
Ghostface he was. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying that much attention.
I think. Well, thanks. I think you didn't want me to go down the list. I went down the list and you zoned out.
No, but I mean, I heard some names, but I know there was a few members of the Wu that weren't on there. Raekwon was on there.
Raekwon was on there. Ghostface was on there.
Was the Genius on there?
I don't think so.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was.
Yeah.
The Jizza wasn't on there.
But what has he done after 40 though?
I don't know. I don't fucking keep up with people's birthdays or how old they are, and I haven't really been paying that much attention. I'll tell you what. I saw the Genius Tiny Desk concert or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And if he was over 40 when he did that, then he should be on that list based on that performance alone, because it was fucking a live band, live doing his songs live. You saw some of these dudes can't perform their songs live.
Rakim's Tiny Desk is fucking amazing too,
yeah, Rakim should be on every list all the time. Anytime you mention rap music, I mean,
KRS-One.
That's Rakim the God, man. That's
KRS-One is over 40.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's true, man.
Wow, you just blew it out of the water.
All right,
KRS-One. Oh my God. Well, that goes for me. That was
Talib
Master Ace.
Kweli is definitely one for me too.
Most Def.
Yeah,
if you see KRS-One or Master Ace live, good night, man. Good night.
Yeah, I think Atmosphere tweeted recently. I don't know. It just clicked in my head that I think he's talking about this list, but he's like, if KRS-One is not on your list of best ever, I'm not saying you're stupid, but there's something there about that,
Well, he's definitely on my list of top 10 rappers that don't get put on top 10 rap lists.
Yeah,
KRS-One.
So maybe let's work on that for the next show. Maybe we'll do that. That's interesting. Yeah, you're right. It's I think what Van was saying is like it's just a fun sort of thing, but then you opened up a deeper discussion about these sort of like who is writing the history, who is there's a lot of opinion in.
I think
this
that's a
sort
good
of thing.
I think it's a good Patreon. We could do some lists, mostly lists, and we could me and you could discuss it off camera. We'll do best top 10 comedians of all time.
Okay, that's fun. And we'll throw people on that don't really get talked about.
Or how about we'll do top 10 comedians of all time that don't get talked about.
Well, there you go.
Harlan Williams. I'm going to put Harlan Williams as number 1.
So Van, even though David thinks that your topic was complete dog shit, and
Van didn't make the list. Stop it. Van did not write that list. Van, did you write that list? Because if you did, then you're.
No, I think Van has got a little bit better taste than to make a list like that. But I thought Van's list was not bad as far as like what he's a fan of and sort of the hip hop he likes. I thought that it was very like reflective of like what Van is into. So but thanks for opening up the conversation. I think that you may have sparked
totally.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely sparked an episode of Mostly Lists. So we're gonna go into that. We'll do that. We've gone longer probably than we ever have on this show. What are we at? Like an hour and 20?
We're at like an hour and 15 or something like
that.
All
right, nice.
Well, it
was good. This flowed,
we're fine.
And thanks for doing that. That's it. We'll fucking wrap this up. We'll get you this. We're going to do another I think we're going to do mostly art for the next Patreon. But we'll get you that as soon as we can. Sorry if it's a little late. We got a stacked week, but we're going to keep dropping you the hot freshness. And we'll see you next week.
You got any recommendations? You always want to do some recommendations, don't you? Got any recommendations for the people?
I guess I kind of did, man. Yeah, The Boys and On the Spectrum, I think. Listen to fucking I don't know, man. Do you have anything? I'll think about
listen to KRS-One.
Listen to
KRS-One.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a good one, And check out if you got time, go to YouTube, look up the beef between KRS-One and was it MC Shan or Marley
MC
Marl?
Shan, MC Shan. And Marley Marl.
Yeah, The Bridge is Over.
The Bridge and The Bridge is Over. Yeah, The Bridge and The Bridge is Over. Listen to Criminal Minded.
Whole debate about where hip hop started, But yeah, check that out. That's it. That's it. Shout out to Hot Bob Hot Sauce.
That's it.
Hot Bob Hot Sauce, and I got a couple sponsors I needed to give a call because I've been lagging on that. But we'll probably bring them in the next episode. Yeah. All right. We love you guys. Peace.
Cool. Peace.
Hell yeah. That was good. That was fun. I just thought it was funny to have because Dan will inevitably be in the chat, so we'll be talking straight at him while he's watching it. I definitely like where you took it, so I think that's like a good. That's fair, man. There's shit nobody talks about it. Like, I'm not one to be. I don't even know how I just kind of like brought it up without doing research, but I'm way more on your side about it than this side. So I'm glad that